All right, today we're looking at lesson 7.7, build fluency with multiplication and division. Our I can statement says we can use more than one strategy to recall multiplication and division facts to solve problems. Let's name our strategies. What's one strategy? Repeated subtraction.
Addition.
What else? Bar models. We can draw an array. We can use a number line. All those strategies. Okay, the first thing we're going to work on is to step it out. Remember, our goal today is to use our strategies to solve these multiplication and division problems. The students in Miss Ray's class can be seated in equal groups of 2, 3, or 4. How many students could be in the class? So that what they want you to do is to show numbers. You're going to choose the number of students, but it needs to be students who can be grouped into 2s, 3s, or 4s. So you're going to have to figure out a number to do that. So we're going to go ahead and go down on our paper, and we're going to write out our multiples of 2. Can you help me say them? And write 2. What's after 2 if we're skip counting? 4, 6, 8, 12. Missed 10. 10, 12, 14, and that's all the further I'm going to go right now. And we'll see when we do our multiples of 3 and 4 if we find anything. I don't know why it does it. Okay, so now we're going to start with 3. What's after 3 when we skip count?
6.
6. Then what?
9, 12.
Not 15. Yep, 15. Sorry, I was already counting by 4s. What's after 15?
18.
Okay, we're going to stop there. If we have to go further once we do our 4s, we will. Just did 3s. We did our 2s, we did our 3s, now we're going to do our 4s. 4. What's next?
8. 12.
What's after 12? 16 and 20. So now we need to look across these lines and decide what is the one number or the first number, in this case it's the only number, that is in each of those rows. Can you find it? What number is in the 2s, the 3s, and the 4s?
12.
Very good. So they have a common multiple of 12. Okay? So now let's go back to our drawing. And we're going to take 12 and we're going to divide it into groups of 2. So let's make 12 X's, or you can make circles, whatever. Okay? Now if I'm making it into 12, if I'm making it into groups of 2, how many X's am I going to circle?
2.
2. Does anybody know how many circles I should end up with? How many 2's are in 12?
6.
Okay, so I'll write 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. If you're at home, go ahead and stop your recording and catch up if you need to. Okay, so now we're going to do multiples of 3. So we're going to do our 3. So we're going to make 12 X's again. And this time we're going to circle groups of, how many groups of 3 should we have? 4. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. All right. If you needed to catch up, I hope you stopped the video. Now we're going to do our groups of 4. So again, we're going to draw our 12 X's. How many groups of 4 should we have?
3.
3, right? we could say that the 3 and 4s are related problems, right? Whoops, I missed an X. All right, so how many students then are in the class? What did we choose? 12. Now, you could have went on and kept multiplying, and you could have had 24 students, because that's all divisible by 2, 3, and 4. But for us, we're going to use the least one today. Could the students in Mrs. Ray's class be seated in equal groups of 6? If we had written our multiples of 6, would we have gotten to 12?
Yeah.
Yeah, we could have. We could have said 6. And what's our next multiple of 6? 12. So they sure could have been, couldn't they? Okay, let's go on to the next page. If you need to stop the recording, go ahead. Okay, we have our label wrong here. This should be students. Okay, let's go on to the next page. Here's another step it out. It says, many ladybugs have 7 spots. Sierra counts 42 spots on ladybugs on her porch. Each of the ladybugs Kiara sees has 7 spots. How many ladybugs are on Kiara's porch? Write related equations. What related equations can you write to solve this problem? What are we doing first? What do we know about the spots? How many are there?
7.
On each ladybug. How many spots did Kiara count?
42.
So what are we going to do?
42 divided by 7.
Okay. Does anybody know off the top of their head what 42 divided by 7 is?
It's 6.
It is 6. We could have drawn an array. We could have did 7 rows and then kept adding to our row till we got to 42. What would be a related multiplication sentence to this?
7 times 6 equals 42.
Let's stop this time. Okay. How many ladybugs are on Kiara's porch?
46.
6 ladybugs, right? How can you use multiplication to solve a division problem? That's what it wants to know in the turn and talk. What do they have in common related addition or division and multiplication problems? They all have the same numbers, right? Okay, we're going to check our understanding. If you're at home, go ahead and stop your recording and do those, and then you can come back and I'll have filled in the answers. All right, for your check your understanding, 5 times 2 would be 10. 9 divided by 9 would be 1. 6 times 7 is 22. We did that one up above. 16 divided by 4, we can count by 4s. 4, 8, 12, 16. That's 4 4s. That 4 should be above the 6. 8 times 3 is 24. You can skip count by 8s or 3s. And then 5. 30 divided by 5 is 6. There are 5 loaves of maple leaves. Myra collects some maple leaves. She counts 45 loaves. How many leaves does Myra collect? Well, when a number ends in 5 or 0, the first thing you ought to automatically go to is a multiple of 5. Okay? And in this case, it tells us. So you can quickly count by 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. So that is 9 leaves. And then on number 8, a pet store has 80 fish. If equal groups of fish are kept in 8 fish tanks, how many fish are in each tank? So again, it's a 0. We know that 8 times 5 is only 40. So you should recognize that you have to multiply 8 by 10 to get 80. So this one is 10 fish. Now, if you're at home and you got this correct, when you come back to check with me, then go on to your homework. If not, go ahead and do the rest of your on your own.